Hey YouTube fans out there, it's HeapCVA. Brought a favorite of mine back up, even with all the other games being played right now. 911 First Responders is the way I've purchased it. I know it also goes by Emergency 4. I've put the Manchester, New Hampshire mod in, and let's get rolling. Right now I'm checking the stations real quick, checking the doors and opening the roof up so I can see what's going on. Sometimes I open the door, sometimes I don't. Just one less thing to do, and kind of set up the rigs and wait for something to happen. Maybe it'll be a busy day or not. Well, there's your question. It didn't take long. There was probably about 8 minutes difference right there. I cut out a little bit of it. So already we're rolling EMS to a call. That's a normal thing just about everywhere I've ever been. So here we go. We're on Granite Street. I see a patient down there. We'll wait for the ambulance to arrive. That's a very fast response time in that map that this particular mod is. It's a mod version 1.5.1. One of my favorites for a few reasons. One of which is the fact that I've been to that community and watched them work, and I like the place. It's a cool place to go. Here we go. And we'll get going, and hopefully my driving won't drive anybody crazy. Sometimes I can make the vehicles go exactly where I want, and other times they do their own thing. So yes. I try to get law enforcement on scene when I get a chance. Sometimes vehicles are getting in the way and jamming up traffic, and one of the things about this game that will keep you busy is when there's lots of traffic out there blocking the roads. So we'll see how. Okay, I didn't mean to click that police car. I apologize for that, but I love the driving rodeo that comes afterwards. Anyway, we get law enforcement set back up, and it looks like our patient is already ready to be loaded and transported to the hospital. Very efficient EMS service in this game, if I have to say so myself. So that'll put everybody available pretty quick. Not a bad start to the game. With only a few minutes in, they've already got some dispatching going. Here's Fire Station 1. Let's see if they're busy or not. They can't come out of the building and tell me, unfortunately. In real life, it would probably be pretty obvious. They'd either be doing something, working on a rigs or something else, or they'd be getting dressed and ready to go. So, of course, it does help I edit a little bit. So, boom. Not too much longer after that. Time to head out and check a fire. And it's in their district. I haven't played for a while, so I'm having a kind of a weird time selecting rigs, but no big deal. A little smoke showing. That'll get the blood pumping. This is right along the river. I recognize it, even though, like I said, I haven't fooled around with this game for 6 months easy, because I had so much other stuff going on. I should kick myself because I really like playing this game, and every time I put it on I think the same thing, and I gotta quit putting it away and remember to keep it out where I can see it and play a few games every once in a while. I hope you like it the same as much as I do. Even for as old a game as it is, it still plays pretty well on my computer, even when some newer games don't play as well. So we put a wildland rig into service as well, just in case, but they got this one out pretty quick, and I guess that wasn't brush, that was actually, looks like a trash dumpster. So not too after that, I was watching the apparatus go away and thought, you know, I ought to check EMS. It's been a little quiet. They're right on the other side of the river. All the rigs are nicely parked, and nothing seemed to happen for me. Checking some of the outside stations. Sometimes you can see stuff going on before they dispatch it. And didn't even get to finish checking Station 3 and get rolled out on another EMS call. When I'm playing the game, I always circle a building because sometimes the patient's not actually in the building but right up against it. I got caught a couple of times not finding the folks. And because I haven't played it in a while, I'm still trying to remember a few things. And so we'll wait for, again, the ambulance to get here. Response times are nice and quick here. We'll try to lighten up some of the traffic. One of the tough things about this map, and it was done, I'm sure, on purpose, is keeping you busy with traffic. Makes for bigger fires, no doubt. And in this particular map, I've burned a lot of stuff down every once in a while because cars get backed up. But we'll keep our fingers crossed that clears up. EMS is on scene. We'll get them working here. Appreciate his quack walk. There he goes. Patient's not too bad off. We might just think about hurrying them to the hospital. I like to get it about halfway. Depends on where your patient is. If you're next door to the hospital, you don't have to wait as long. And so I think what we'll do here is load and go, as they would say.
There are reports of food poisoning. Treat the victim and take him away.
I'm sure there's a discussion going on with that crew about holding up the medic. So this is a good sign. We're already into our second. They're starting to overlap a little bit. That keeps everybody busy. So we'll get EMS coming. They shouldn't be too far away from this location. That's one of the things about this game, is at least it keeps it stirred up. I know there are missions on here to play. I honestly, in all the time I've had this game, I've never done any of the regular missions in the game. I'm so busy playing all of the mods after I realized that there were mods available for this game that I never looked backwards to play any of the other parts of this game. I have so much fun playing these, whether it's this one, Manchester, or Southern Count, or what is it? Northern View, South County. That's a mouthful, especially for my brain in its current state. LA, one of the first. But I've been a little parochial with only playing stuff out of the United States, and my goal for this particular part of the year is to stretch out and find some of the other mods that are made that are European or Southern Europe, Spanish, Czechoslovakian, whatever else I can find. As I've done finally gotten some travel in to see some of that, I'm kind of curious what it'd be like to do those same things in the game. So that's going to add a whole lot more play to this game and keep it as fresh as you possibly can and keep things going. Alright, so we're still overlapping calls here. That's going to keep everybody jumping. We'll get a lot of guys available. This is, from what I've read, this is actually Manchester's dispatch recordings, which I kind of think are cool. They did a great job on the mod. Like I said, I can't, when I get this thing going, I can't stop playing it. You know, I'm just trying to keep myself under control here so that I don't make a video that's 35 or 40 minutes long. Be easy to do. So we'll get some rigs rolling here. There we go. I was in the wrong place at first. Got smoke and fire showing. That'll get all the fire lads excited. And get everybody going the right direction and facing the right direction. And all the mods I've seen have tried to do is the best job they can with the ladder truck operations as they are, because there's some mods that didn't work as intended, and some of the stuff from the original game that didn't quite work the way we would wish it did. But if you can get the truck company to squirt water on a given incident, put a smile on your face and something else actually functioning. And the ladder truck that run in this game seem to be pretty good at that. Others, I haven't given them enough credit, or there's been an issue that they couldn't overcome, like the truck companies that are more of a tiller type. And if you don't know what that is, I strongly recommend you look it up. But it takes 2 drivers for that one versus 1 driver for regular. And everybody admitted that the game simply wouldn't let a tiller truck company work the way that everybody wanted it to work. But I do have some gameplay coming up, and some people know already what that is. I think I even talked about it before from Northview South, that he made that thing, the tractor, work good enough for me, and I was happy to see that. So we are doing a very good job on this. We've kept it to 1 building. We're not losing the whole block, which I can do just as often as anything else. We've got plenty of water flowing. I'm trying to remember if this is a building that you can go indoors. I'll find out in a minute. Another overlapping EMS call. Definitely keeping us busy. That's what makes this game a lot of fun. But I've had days where I've had to actually hit the speeding up button because there was such a distance between calls. But that's real life too. So we'll get this going on. Find out where we're going. This must be some kind of a hospital. They got a lot of patients outside. This is a very often responded to location, and that's right outside the door of the hospital. So I hope that's not real life. But we're going to go indoors. Cool. I wish all the buildings were like that. I know how difficult that is to do. And you can only take 1 firefighter in a building regardless of how big the fire is, and that's a game limitation. Too bad, but I understand it. So they've got a pretty good handle on that. That's nice. We'll wait and see what's going on here. Alright. We got credit for putting the fire out, which is always good. Get these guys back into service. Alright, quick response there. One of the times that I actually remembered to go back and check the ambulance, because sometimes I actually forget. Not a positive and good outcome. Fortunately, it's just a game. Or I would be.
Attention!
finding new
Caused by
employment.
open flame. Extinguish all fires.
I like this mod too because it is one of the ones that requires you to hook up to the hydrant. Us American firefighter types, that's kind of the way we roll, where there's hydrants to be had, and we're very used to that. I know some countries the hydrants are below ground. Some use other types of water supply. This is very common most places where I'm from, and I like when they can program the game to let the little firefighters in the game do that kind of activity, so there's actually doing more than just throwing water all over the place. It adds more interest to the game. Gotta like it. Alright. While I was kicking units loose, looks like we got a little wildfire, and it's right up against that building. And I have been known to lose fires on this particular map that didn't look bad, but the way they designed this map, this is a nice little kind of a spot that's a little out of the way, not too far from stations, but getting there is difficult, and hydrants are spaced, and so you gotta be just right about it. And because I haven't played this game for a while, you could be here just in time to watch me mess it up. So we'll see how things go. At least we got plenty of fire equipment to deal with, if I can remember how to get everybody set up and drive them correctly, so I'm not blocking the street or anything. Then remember to call the police officers to help direct traffic, although if you don't let them out of the fire or the police car, not much is going to happen. There's not very many cars out here, though. I'm not freaked out over it. So I don't think I checked the engine 2 to see if they had any water left. Yeah. See, that's what happens when you don't find the hydrant. And man, I played the LA mod so much that when this one came out, I can't tell you how many times I forgot to connect to a hydrant and wound up out of water with a very large fire staring me in the face. And so I've learned my lesson. One that I knew in real life. You'd think I would figure that out for a game. Doesn't always work that way.
Attention, traffic accident. Attend to all casualties and take them away.
Like I said, this is one of my favorites. So that is about the end of this, to keep this time level in a reasonable space. So as my rigs are starting to go on other responses and such like that, I'm gonna wave you all goodbye, wish you a good day or night depending on what side of the world you're on, and we'll see you the next go around with another video here probably tomorrow. So we'll talk to you soon.